As human beings, we each resonate with our own individual energy that vibrates with a specific pattern of frequencies. When something feels right to you, you are resonating with the vibration of it. However, if something feels off to you, it does not match the vibration you carry, and you will innately be repelled by it. Resonance is a natural occurrence that is a part of each of us. It is also a physics-based theory that is literally the key to manifesting what you desire. The word resonance means the reinforcement of sound by reflection or the synchronous vibration of a neighboring object. Musical instruments and other objects are set into vibration at their natural frequency when a person interferes with the object through direct contact, which places energy into the instrument. This input of energy rearranges the particles and forces the object into vibrational motion at its natural frequency. The most interesting part of resonance is that when one object is vibrating at the same natural frequency of another object, the second object will begin vibrating seemingly spontaneously. In physics, there is a popular experiment that demonstrates the exact way in which this works. A tuning fork is mounted on a sound box and placed on a table. A second tuning fork on a sound box that has the same natural frequency is placed on the table near the first. Both tuning forks are stationary with no audible vibration. The first tuning fork is then struck with a rubber mallet and it begins to vibrate at its natural frequency. These vibrations cause the sound box and the air inside the sound box to vibrate at the same frequency. Surrounding air particles are set into vibrational motion, also at the same vibrational frequency, and it becomes audible. A moment later, the second tuning fork begins to vibrate, making the same sound, even though it has not been physically manipulated. At this point, the two tuning forks are ringing in unison due to an energetic alteration in only one of them. You might wonder, why does this happen? Because the second tuning fork's natural frequency matches the natural frequency of the first tuning fork that was physically altered. Being that their frequencies match, there is a great possibility of getting a measurable result that can be perceived through the senses. The first tuning fork forces the other tuning fork into vibrational motion at the same natural frequency because they are connected by surrounding air particles. As the air particles surrounding the first fork begin vibrating, the pressure waves that it creates begins to impact the second tuning fork. The energy that is vibrated and carried by the sound waves through the air is tuned to the frequency of the second tuning fork. Since those sound waves share the same natural frequency as the second tuning fork, the tuning fork easily begins vibrating at its natural frequency. This is an example of resonance. One object begins vibrating at the same natural frequency of a second object and forces that second object into vibrational motion that is in alignment. So what does this have to do with manifestation? Everything. You are just like the tuning fork. You carry a vibration that matches your thoughts and feeling states. The things that you want to experience in life are also like a tuning fork, and they carry their own distinct frequency. Because you don't have these things in your life, it can be concluded from the experiment given that you and those things are undetectable to one another because you aren't carrying the same vibrational frequency. In other words, what you want can't recognize or detect your vibration so that it can reach you. It's as if there's a dark tunnel between you and these things, and unless you light the path with your frequency, they have no way of knowing that you are there so they can reach you. Take a moment to imagine that you are the first tuning fork in the experiment. Now, imagine that you want to attract a large sum of money into your life. This large sum of money is the second tuning fork. You both exist in the same place, but you don't see or hear each other. You are literally unaware of each other's presence, although you could reach out and touch each other if you only knew the other was there. You can only become detectable to each other if you strike your own abundance tuning fork, which in turn causes the money tuning fork to make the same sound you're making. When that happens, resonance has taken place, and you're able to perceive each other's existence as physical reality. You are aware of the money that is a part of your reality, and it is aware of you, which completes the manifestation. Nicola Tesla said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." Manifestation is recognizing something through the senses that is perceived by the mind and noticed by awareness. In short, it is making visible something that may appear to be invisible. Whatever we don't notice, perceive, or recognize is not a part of our lives, and we quickly and naively assume it doesn't exist. But imagine that everything you want is right in front of you. You simply don't see or hear it because your vibration is not a match. So how do you consciously control the resonance that you project so you can perceive the reality of what you want? Your vibrational frequency is your state of being. Your signature frequency is a combination of your thoughts, emotions, and physiology. The waves that are created from these three things combine to form a standing wave that pulses and radiates your vibration and matches it with similar frequencies. This creates your perceived reality. Most importantly, all frequencies that can exist already do. All frequency combinations of all possible realities that can exist do coexist simultaneously right now in this moment. When you shift your thoughts, emotions, and physiology, you alter your frequency or state of being. Once this happens, you experience a different reality. The law of resonance is quite literally the law that determines how everything is manifested in your physical reality. If you want to experience a different reality, try the following process to begin changing your frequency and consequently the reality you perceive. Number 1. Consider the fact that you exist simultaneously in a multitude of different awarenesses, but currently focus solely on just one of the possible realities. Because all possibilities and realities exist, let your imagination examine what the reality of the other versions of you might be like. Envision the happier, successful models of yourself that have what you currently desire to experience in your life. Number 2. Sit down with one or more of these different yous in a pleasant setting and ask them what their daily life is like. What do they experience that you don't? How is their reality different than yours? What path did they take that led them to the experiences that they have? Most importantly, ask them how they feel. Take as long as needed with this step. Number 3. While gathering this information, try to pinpoint the dominant vibration of the other yous that have what you desire. Is this vibrational frequency happy? Energetic? What types of behaviors and expressions do you notice in the other versions of you that you admire? What is it that you like most about them? What makes them so magnetic? Number 4. Choose the version of you that appears to experience the life that you want to have most. Because of the way this you makes you feel, you may already be able to notice that this you resonates with you. Can you perceive that you were able to manifest them in your imagination because you matched that vibration in that moment? What this means is, you are able to match that vibration easily simply by using your imagination. This is a prime example of the law of resonance working for you to bring you what you desire. In other words, there is already a part of your vibration that is a perfect match to the vibration of the thing you desire. Because you can perceive and feel it, you are beginning to come into resonance with it. Number 5. Ask this version of you if you may step into their shoes and experience their life for a few moments. As you do, what are your thoughts about this life? What do you experience? How do you feel? Can you feel the predominant frequency that this version of you carries? Do you feel drawn to maintaining this feeling or frequency? What tips can you take away from this you so you can accomplish this? Take a few moments to really embody this frequency so that you're able to remember how it feels. Number 6. Ask this version of yourself to give you a trigger so that you may vibrate at this frequency whenever you feel that you have strayed from it. This is a simple way to reload this dominant vibration at will so that you can begin to perceive reality in the same way they do. Carrying this vibrational frequency opens you to seeing and experiencing the same reality as the version of you that you admire. The trigger can be a word, image, sound, physical touch, such as a light pinch, or anything else that resonates between you and the other version of you. Use this trigger as often as you'd like. The two tuning forks, you and the reality you desire, have always been in the same reality. You simply may not have been aware that what you wanted was right next to you, just as it may not have been aware of you. Everything you wish for is already a reality, and it is within reach, literally. Whatever you want is in actuality already here. When one person or thing desires another person or thing, the two must simply become aware of each other. Although we are taught to rely almost exclusively on our physical senses to determine what reality is, I invite you to entertain the idea that everything you desire already exists and is simply waiting for you to call it into your reality. And when you come into resonance with those things, your manifestation will suddenly appear.